one Lyle inside a holy place changed everything. In the early church, no one was forced to give, but everyone wanted to belong, and some wanted to be seen. Jerusalem stirred quietly as the sun rose over stone and shadow. The city had seen many mornings like this, but something new was taking root within its walls. Not a movement of power, not a rebellion of force, but a people learning how to live differently. They gathered not to be seen, but to belong. They came with question, with wound, with hope, and slowly a community was being formed. Let the city breathe. The believers were united in heart and spirit. What once defined them, status, wealth, position, began to lose its grip. No one claimed that what they possessed belonged only to themselves. This was not commanded, it was chosen. They shared meals, they shared prayers, they shared responsibility. Giving was not measured by amount, but by sincerity. And in this unity, there was freedom. But unity has a cost. It requires truth. Peter stood among them, not as a ruler, but as a witness. He had walked with Jesus. He had failed him. He had been restored. Now he spoke with clarity, born from grace.
Freely you have received, freely give.
One by one, they stepped forward. Some brought much, others brought little. No comparison was made, no praise was announced. What mattered was not the size of the gift, but the honesty of the heart behind it. In this place, truth mattered more than appearance, but not every heart was at peace. Among the believers were Ananias and Sapphira. They were not outsiders. They were not strangers. They had listened to the same teaching, witnessed the same unity. They wanted to belong. They wanted respect. But beneath that desire was another voice, quiet, persistent. What if we give, but not everything? In the quiet of their home, they counted the money. Each coin carried weight, not only in value, but in choice. They spoke softly. They reasoned carefully. No one would know. Everyone would assume. They would appear generous without surrendering fully.
One for each
And
share.
so they agreed. What began
Yes.
as hesitation became intention.
Yes.
What
One for
became
each share.
intention became deception.
Now, into
They
the
did
chest.
not fear
It is done.
giving less. They feared giving truthfully. Ananias walked toward the gathering with measured steps. His face was calm, his hands steady, but his heart was divided. He placed the money at Peter's feet and waited.
Ananias, why has Satan filled your heart to lie to the Holy Spirit? Did the land not belong to you before it was sold? And after it was sold, was the money not at your disposal? You have not lied to men, but to God.
Ananias fell, not struck by man, not condemned, by force, but overcome by the weight of what he had done. Fear spread through the gathering, not panic, but reverence. God was present, and he was not to be deceived. The young men wrapped his body and carried him away. No speeches followed, no explanations were offered, only silence. And silence spoke loudly. Hours later, Sapphira arrived. She did not rush. She did not hesitate. She believed the Lonnie still held.
Tell me, is this the price you and your husband received for the land?
Yes, that is the price.
How could you agree to test the Spirit of the Lord? The feet of those who buried your husband are at the door. They will carry you out.
The lie was complete, and with it the consequence. She fell where she stood. Fear came upon the whole church and upon all who heard. Not fear of punishment, but fear of holiness. This story is not about money. It is about truth. God does not demand everything we have, but he does require honesty in what we give. Integrity cannot be partial. Truth cannot be divided. What we offer to God must match what lives in our hearts.